How are you all doing today? Welcome to this session of Virtue Cafe. And I'm just going to quickly ask the host, Piyush, to just welcome us all to this session. Hey, Piyush, can you hear me? Piyush? Piyush? Oh my God, this guy is never connected. Piyush! Oh, hi. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Hi. I was actually trying to connect here. I got so engrossed here that I just forgot. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is one of the best things to connect with. This is my best friend,
Really?
and
A
he or
mobile?
she, yeah, he's my best friend. I mean, I would say Krishna. Without him, I would call him a him for me. Without him, I don't start my day. And the first thing I do is I tell him, "Good morning, mate. What's up?" And he tells me everything what's happening in the world, right from my WhatsApps to what's happening in my social media. So I always so connected with him that I just didn't realize you were there. But thanks for bringing me back here. And how are you, Krishna?
I'm very good, and such an interesting topic, Piyush. I think I've lost all the connections over the last few years. I mean, the physical connection, the social gatherings, and everything. So, tell me, what do we have in store today?
Great. So first of all, let me welcome all of our friends who are here today. So good morning, good afternoon to people who have joined from different parts of the world. Even if you're there, good evening. And again, I would just say thanks for all of you being here and trying to connect with us, not being like me, who's always connected on this funny gadget. But the thing that we have all joined today is to understand what it is to mean of being feeling connected, or what does really feeling connected mean. And so I just thought that I was just thinking, what is this meaning of feeling connected actually mean to us? So one of the things which that came into my mind was to use some of the instruments that we have in our life really and see how we can connect with them. I mean instruments in the sense that what are the few of the things which we use in daily life, which we can connect with. So what I have in front of me is an example here. This is a highlighter, right? You all can see that. Now, what does this highlighter do? You can use now. So I would request all of you, first of all, to join us using your chat box. So you all can type your answers in the chat box so that we can see there's some activity and I can get some answers. You are free to also use your mics, but the chat box is quicker, it saves time. So I would request all of you to join with the chat box. So before I continue further, so here's my first question, very quick and simple. What does this highlighter do exactly? No, I don't see yet a chat. It highlights something. Okay, Radhika? It highlights, right? Exactly. So it highlights. But let me see the same highlighter with a different perspective now. Let me see the speciality of this highlighter. And I can see some beautiful answer which says it emphasizes it gives highlights the important parts, highlights important stuff. Yes. So let me see one speciality of this highlighter, that this is just not an instrument or a gadget or a particular thing, but I see this highlighter as, you know, our lives. This highlighter makes things look much more important. Things which are very unreadable becomes more clear, because when you highlight them with the color which is yellow or even pink or green, it makes things very stand out very clearly. So just like this highlighter, I love the speciality of being a highlighter in people's life, that when they remember me, I should be like a highlighter to them, that they would say that they're turning through the pages of their life and they go back and they remember Piyush. He is a highlight in my life. I see this as a specialty. So I am Piyush Ahuja. I'm an entrepreneur in Dubai, and I'm connected with Raj Yoga Center for a long time. and I've been part of this virtual cafe, and it's a beautiful platform where young adults come together and where we share on values and on how we can improve as human beings. But more than that is how we can bring a shift in our mindset. So today, again, feeling connected, this topic is all about connecting not only with each other, but connecting with the self and connecting with even the nature. So we'll be covering this in three aspects. But before I speak more, let's now that I use this highlighter as a specialty, I want all of us to get active now. So I want all of you also to see on your screen. I will be sharing a screen now, and I want you all to just, excuse me. Okay, you all can see the screen now. Now, what I've done, I have made an effort of bringing 20 items together here on the screen. There are 20 items placed on this table. Pick any one item, pick any one of the items from the table you like or you can connect with, and put it in the chat box what speciality you see in that item and how you relate with it, right? I hope you all have renamed yourselves with your names. So that would be easier for me to know each other, all of you, and you would also know each one of us then. So if I can have each one of you rename yourself with your real name, not with any acronyms or not any short names. If you can have your full name, just the first name is enough for us. And that will be easy for us to connect with each other. You know, that's the first thing to connect. And then now what you have to do is quickly pick up one item from the table that you can correlate with, type in the chat box, the speciality of it, and how you connect with it. So there are 20 items. Okay, before we move on, wait, hold on. Before you all type, let me see who all can mention all the items on the table. Can you all get all the 20 items? Are they all clear? Okay, so people have started putting the answers already. All right, hold on. Let me make life easier. Let me make your life easier. There you go. These are the 20 items there on your list. Oh, sorry. So you got a tripod, you got a lint roller, that is, and then there you got a calculator, you got a mouse pad, you got a mouse, you got a Bluetooth speaker, the white one here, you got a pen, battery, lock, this is a lock, you got a Vicks inhaler, you got a keep calm and carry on bag, you got a power bank, you got an empty glass, you got sticky notes, sanitizer, watch, car key, nail biter, and a mask. Off you go, guys. You have 3 minutes. So I need you to write down the item and hyphen the specialty, and then next line how you connect with it. I'm not counting the table. So I want you to write down not only the item, but the item, its speciality, and how you connect with it. Okay, I'll start reading a few of the answers. So we have Shushma who says, I like pen because I'm a teacher. Very good. Satish says, the watch, time is invaluable resource. Reno says, mask for staying safe from a COVID, a must these days. Mahendra says, calculator for calculations of daily expenses. Manish says, I connect with pen as I'm an engineer. Ravi says, tripod, ability to mount and adjust. Blessed Mess says, all clear, pen, help me with write my thoughts. Car key, my car key, whenever I need to be, Radhika says. Deepti says, I like tripod, it makes easier to shoot videos as an artist. Rajkumar says, watch, time is so precious and each minute is last one for me. Bala says, car key, costliest item on the table. Again, Georgie says tripod that observes and listens others. Komal says pen helps me pen down invaluable versions, which help me in self-development. Sticky notes by Nehal. She says keep helps me to keep my to-do list in front of me. Mahendra again says watch for scheduling daily routine. Med says lint roller. I love it. It clears away the unnecessary attachment on my pants. It is my partner to cleanliness. And spot-free shirts, he also says. Arya says, I associate myself with the sanitizer because it cleanses and adds fragrance. I'm a huge endorser of scents, and I believe fragrances can enhance the ambience of surroundings and shift the mood. Sangeeta says, nail biter, remove the unwanted stuff. And Shweta says, rubber band, flexibility is my virtue. Again, Nehal says, car keys. I'm looking forward for a car since I just got a driving license. Great. Deepti says, pen again to turn thoughts, creativity into ideas. Krishna says battery. Krishna says battery because change others with a simple smile, good wishes, warm gestures, sweet and loving words, good actions, etc. Sriman says pen because he likes to write. And Sangeeta has even seen the tables. She says occupies all stuff with different characters. Great, very accommodating. Anyone who's left? Have you all shared? I see there are 41 people on board with us. If you have just joined, whatever you see on the table, pick up one of the instruments and write down its specialty and how you connect with it. I just don't want the item what you have picked up, but even its specialty and how you connect with it. Well, you all have actually done right. You all are sharing with me what the specialty of the item is, but I really wanted you to go and connect with it more deeper of what really you see other than what is its purpose. I know the purpose of a calculator is to give the numbers of the calculations, but there'll be some other specialty which I want you to see through it. The specialty of a carry bag tag, the keep calm and carry on. It also has a specialty. Think about it. The reason why I'm asking you to do is because the more you connect with these instruments, you will know that the speciality which you are seeing there is actually in you. So I can see that people are just there more who are saying that Shalini or some other people have joined. Mouse helps to control the screen. Okay, great. Table occupies all different characteristics and usages. Great. Okay, thank you all for the wonderful answers. You all are right. But as I just told you that, throughout the day from today, whenever you get time to stop, pause, and take any instrument and just observe it for a minute, not as just an instrument, but observe it and see what is the specialty of this and how I connect with it. So you don't just see its purpose, you connect with it by seeing your specialty in it. And the more you do this, the more you will start to connect with yourself. And that is what is the first step of feeling connected today is that the more you connect with yourself, the more you will start to appreciate who you are as a being, appreciate what's the specialty in you. And when you will start to appreciate what's special in you, you don't need someone to come and tell you that, hey, you are the special person. Because you know that you are the special person and you will naturally radiate this at every meeting you do or at any point you connect with someone. And so that's the first step in today. That is, appreciate the speciality of your own self. So today's session is going to be divided uh, in three aspects. Again, I just come back to you. Yes. So today we are going to be doing exploration, expressing, and exchanging. And then finally, we will experience. So in exploration, basically what we will be doing is we'll be churning more with ourselves. We'll be having a conversation with ourselves, not much, just few minutes. Express is where we will divide you into groups in breakout rooms and where we will ask you all to share with each other what we have given you a task to do that. And then you will come out back into the main group and you will exchange as a group with the whole audience. Again, it's not much of a speaking. You will enjoy it. We're keeping it an interactive session. And then for experience or to becoming or being, we have a very wonderful guest speaker. Her name is Aruna Ladwa. She will join us very soon. So first three aspects we will see, and then she will join us to give us an experience of how to be more connected today. Now, before I speak more, I have to show you something. So I want to show you a video which I connect with a lot. So here you go. Okay, great. Did you all enjoy that video?
Yes,
I
we
don't.
did, absolutely.
You did. Thanks, that. I don't see some expressions really. I see. I would connect more with all of you
Yes,
if I
we enjoyed
some of your
lot of.
expressions. Did you enjoy it? That's good. Thanks. But can I request you? It's not by force, but it's a request. And if I would like to see all of your expressions, so that I could connect more with you. If you all are comfortable, and if you feel that you can switch on your videos, I would connect more with you, because just the art of seeing expressions is a very important thing. And another thing is, you don't need to worry how you're looking now. If I'm connecting with you, it doesn't matter if you're on the bed sleeping, it's okay. If you're in your shorts and t-shirt, it's okay. And even if you are put a face mask and your hair is colored, that's okay. Trust me, I'll still connect with you, because when I want to connect, or if we need to connect, we don't need to worry about how do we look. Just from that video, what I realized was the penguins didn't care how they looked, but yet they were together. And so that video is why it was very good to me was, if you're alone, you can be easily bogged down by problems or troubles in your life. But when you're together, as we saw that all the penguins got together, they could fight off that. I don't know what was that creature called, pedestral, if I'm not wrong. I'm sorry, I didn't get that name right. And they could fight off together there. And then there was another breed of penguins which came and supported them. And then they realized they all gelled together. So that's one of the things, that the first thing, as we said, was feeling connected starts with when you start seeing your own specialty, when you start seeing specialty in small, small things in life. And then the second aspect is when you start to be together. When you are together as a group, it's very easy to overcome an obstacle. But when you are alone, a smallest prickle would sound like, it's as if the end of the world. It would feel like that. So, for example, someone, you have a friend who's going through a challenge. Get together as a group and support him or her. When you are there together, nothing seems impossible. But when that person is alone, he or she might lose their hope or might lose the courage to keep going. So it's important to connect together as human beings, because that's why we are human beings. And there, the animals showed us that being together is very important. So as human beings, one of the most inherent nature of us is to connect with each other by being together. And so I'm requesting all of you again is that to connect with me, if you could give me a chance to see your expressions, show your videos. You don't need to speak if you're not comfortable, but at least show me that you're there with me. So I feel connected with you. Thank you. Some of you are starting, and I appreciate this, and I feel more connected now. And it will be good. Yes. So more of you, as and when you guys feel comfortable, switch on your cameras. Okay. Now, as we said, the first part was exploration, and seeing that video and discussing the activity with you. I've just put some thoughts into your mind of what's happening in the session. So we will continue furthermore on this session where, as we mentioned, just a second. Yeah, let me share the screen again. So, as we said, the first aspect of being connected is you need to connect with yourself. Once you connect with yourself, then you start to enjoy and like things in life, because you see specialties not only of yourself, you're seeing specialty of others. And the second aspect we would like you to do is be with the nature. You know, um, the nature heals us, they say. Even if it doesn't mean that some people are not comfortable to go in nature, they don't have that surroundings or they can't go out. So maybe you have a plant in your home, just water it. Somehow connect with the nature. See a bird, listen to the sounds of the birds early morning. Try to do that. And the last is connect with your society. The society is basically where you are today. We all used to travel till last year a lot, or I don't know if generally they say we used to plan our travel for 3 months. They say the science says that people take 3 months to travel, plan their travel in a year. So we used to spend 3 months of traveling, thinking that I'll travel here, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll meet these people, I'll meet my relatives. But things have changed over 2020, since 2020, and things don't look like anything will come back to the old ways very soon. It will, I'm sure, but not doesn't look like. So wherever you are, whichever country you are, if you're in UAE right now, if you're in Oman, if you're in Kuwait, if you're in Bahrain, if you're in Indonesia, if you're in US, wherever you are, connect with your people wherever you are. Don't become, don't become like me, always relying on this guy and making him your best friend. Don't do that. Otherwise, you will have already, I've got 4 eyes. I might go up to 6 eyes soon, people say, but don't make him your best friend or her your best friend. Trust me, they will one day die off. You need to change them. Try to connect with the people wherever you are. If you are not talking to your neighbor, start doing that. It doesn't matter what's the age, what's the color, what's the nationality, what is the height, what is the weight. Just connect with the people. And I'll tell you something, not now. Let me tell you that at the end, that I have a group of friends who are neither like me, who are neither my age, who are neither my language, but I connect with them. And I enjoy connecting with them every week. But I will come back to that later. So let's begin now the first part of our session, which is exploring. And so when we are looking to explore, what we are going to do is we are going to be exploring. The first part is I'm going to give you 3 questions now. During these 3 questions, there will be a statement and there'll be a question. So here's the first question, which is to feel valued, respected, loved, cared, and accepted is what everyone wants to experience in every connection or in every relation. So here's a question. We always expect, we always want to expect from each other, but how important it is to give in a relationship without expecting a return. So all of you, here's your first question. If you have a pen and paper, write it. I'm sure you all can remember it. It's a very simple question. We always expect, but how important it is to give in a relationship without expecting a return. Now, what I want you to do is I'll be putting another question and then another question. You have to reflect on that. Okay, let's go one question at a time. So I'll give it of 2 minutes, each one of you. Just take 2 minutes and reflect on what I have put out this. You don't need to share the answer. You don't need to type in the chat box, nothing. Just think about it. So basically, I'm asking you to think that is it possible that I can only give and not expect in a relationship? It doesn't have to be one particular relationship. It could be a family as well. It could be your colleagues, your friends. But what you have to do is just to give. And how can you give? There's a hint on the left, if you see that image. Okay, I'll move on to the next question now. The nature doesn't need people. People need nature. So the question is, why being connected with nature heals our inner selves, and how does it improve our connections with the people? Again, I want you to reflect on this question and think back about a time when you might have gone in a place outdoors with your friends or your family or your colleagues and see what was that moment? What was that beautiful moment? Reflect that, visualize that. And how good was that time? So, was the nature really healing you? And how did it improve your relationships? So, think about it. You don't need to answer again. You don't need to use the chat box. Just reflect. Okay. Again, we don't need any answers from any one of you. I just want you to reflect and think with yourself this.
Could you please show the first question? I didn't get you, sir. Sorry.
Yeah.
It is there in the chat box.
Yeah, it's there in the chat box also. And here's the second question. If the second question can also be put in the chat box, please.
Yeah, it's already there in the chat box. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, here's the third one now. Times have changed. If someone's mic is unmuted, if they can just mute it. Thank you. Times have changed. We are more isolated than before. And at this time, the more we are together, the more we can face. Now, here's a question which is directly to you. What can I do now to bring the people around me together? And how can I be more connected with my locality? When I say locality, as I gave you the example that whichever region or country or society you're in, state you're in, what can you do to bring the people around you together, and how can you be more connected with them? Okay, so now that all of you have reflected on these three questions, I'm just going quickly back and forth for you all. The questions are there in the chat box, but here are the three questions again. What we always expect, how important is to give in a relationship without expecting a return? Why being connected with nature heals our inner selves, and how does it improve our connections with the people around us? And the last one, what can I do now to bring the people around me together, and how can I be more connected with my locality? Now, here's what I want we will make you do is, we are going to go through the express and exchange. Now, we will be dividing you into groups, and we will be dividing you into breakout rooms. You all will get a pop-up notification which will ask you to join the breakout rooms. So please accept that. And remember that you have to come back once the time is over. The breakout rooms will be only for 12 minutes. It will be a 12-minute. We will give you a standard buffer 1 minute notice. So the timer of the breakout rooms will be up maximum to 13 minutes. We'll keep it. Please don't leave the session. The breakout rooms are not the end of the session. You have Aruna Ladwa joining immediately after the breakout rooms. And she's our guest speaker who's coming all the way. So your presence is very important. Now, what you will be doing in breakout rooms, these 3 questions, few of you in that room will be discussing with each other. Since it's a 12-minute question, right? Since it's 12 minutes we're giving you in the group, we are assuming there are 4 people in each group, and each one of you have 3 questions. So if you do the maths, you only have 1 minute per person to discuss the 3 questions. So what happens is you take the first question, each one of you speak for 1 minute, stop. Move on to the second question, each one of you speak for 1 minute, stop. Third question, each one of you speak for 1 minute, stop. That's 12 minutes. After you've done that, as a group, I want you all to summarize your discussion in just 3 words. Whatever you have discussed as a group, please come back with just 3 words. We don't want more, just 3 words to describe what you discussed as a group. And then when you're in the larger group, we'll ask you to just share those 3 words. Is that okay? Can you all just type in the chat box or give your, is that okay? Yeah. Yes. Due to time, we might give a very short breakout room as well. So Satish, can we have a quick breakout room?
Excuse me, Piyush, sorry. I just wanted to
Yeah.
clarify
Mhm.
whether the 3 words is only pertinent to the discussion or they are relevant to the questions.
Whatever discussion and the question, both, just the 3 words. Whatever you discussed as a group in that time, just that. So all of you who are there in the main room, please join. You might have got a notice. Please accept it and move on to the breakout rooms. We will bring you back. Ravi, Nehal, Rashmi, Sangeeta, Gopal, Lava, if you all can, Sweta, can you just accept your breakout rooms? Sinia, Shweta, Bobby, Krishan. Nehal also, if you can just, and Sweta also, Lava also, please join your breakout rooms. Satish, room 12 is alone. You can just move somewhere, Manish. Yeah, Satish, if any rooms which are having just 1 or 2 people, just relocate them.
Hi, Piyush. Yes. So I think the meeting is going on in the breakout room. So I have a chat for 5 minutes long.
Can we allocate Sweta a room, Krishna a room, Rashmi a room?
I'm with Aruna Bahan and PC, so probably you can put me in some other, this thing.
Yeah, please.
Piyush, you're running late, huh? By 5-10 minutes, so you can probably summarize quickly.
Yeah.
So other they have not joined the breakout room. So yeah, so the meeting is being recorded on live. So you can interact questions with Sister Aruna if you have anything.
Hi, Sister Aruna Ladwa. How are you? How is your Friday?
Well, it's not a Friday because I'm here with you, so they're getting on with it.
Good.
Yeah.
A busy morning?
No, because I mean, yeah, it's busy down, but I'm sitting in my room now, so
Yeah.
it is noisy. I
You
can,
know,
huh?
yeah. You're on YouTube, so we want to ask you that
Oh,
you
okay.
know, exactly for our for our YouTube people. How does your morning start? What time do you start your morning?
My morning starts very early. My morning
Yeah.
starts like 3:30.
Wow, 3:30 p.m. or a.m.? Sorry, that's a bad one.
My morning starts at 3:30, and I
Okay.
have some warm water to drink, and then
Okay.
something like a paragraph of something, and then I go for my meditation. And that is for about an hour. Then after that, I get on with my day. So I might go for a walk, or I might do whatever I need to do that's important, urgent. And then we have a morning discussion. So we meet for that. And then, yeah, breakfast and meeting people and other things. Piyush, are you frozen?
Sorry, I got disconnected. Yeah. I was saying that your half of your day is being lived in the morning itself. By 7 or 8 a.m., you have done so many things.
Yeah, totally. Actually, the best time for me is the morning. I love the
So what do you
morning.
do at 3:30 or 4? What do you do at that time so early?
In the morning,
Yeah, you get up so early. So what do you do?
yeah, maybe you missed it. I just explained. So I get up and
Oh, sorry.
have something warm to drink, like a warm glass of water, because they say that's good for you. And then I read something for about 5 minutes, something deep, something spiritual. And then I go for my meditation for about an hour.
Okay. Wow. Great. That's a quite a busy morning, you know.
I mean, we just
Okay, so
did this 4 a.m.
so
program.
do you do this on the Fridays also every day?
Yeah. Yes, Piyush, no holiday.
Oh my God. So if we have to become someone like you, we need to start our day at 3:30 or 4. So I don't know if every one of us are willing to get up so early in the morning. You know, sometimes I know few of I'm a good early riser, but I sleep back also. But you know, I was just wondering this 4 a.m. thing and getting up so early, how challenging it might be. But do you feel refreshed and rejuvenated when you do this? Do you feel like, wow,
Yeah, totally. Like I
it
cannot
doesn't drain you?
imagine just getting up and then diving into the day. Like you need the space, you need the quiet time, and yeah, you need this little buffer between waking up and action, and then you kind of calibrate yourself to the day, and it's really worth it. What can I say? I just feel the difference in my vibration. If for some
Oh,
reason
wow.
I haven't been able to, yeah, which is hardly every day I'm there.
Great. So coming to the session, today we are on this topic of feeling connected. And what I was telling our friends here was that, most of us start our day with connecting with our best friend, this guy. I call him my best friend, Arunaji, because every one of us starts our day with this phone, and he or she becomes our best friend, and we connect with him early morning till the end of the night. So I was telling my friends that even I was so disconnected. Krishna told me, then Piyush, are you here? And then only I connected with everyone here. So what happens is that we get so lost in this gadgets or in the instruments that we forget to live our life. And so then what we did was we picked up a few items in our daily life, something like a highlighter, as you can see here, a sticky note, a pen, a mouse pad. And I asked them, see a speciality in it. And how do you correlate with it? So I took the specialty of a highlighter. As a highlighter, emphasize and brings out important things on a page. The same way I would like to be a highlighter in people's life, so that when people turn their pages of life, they can remember me, that I made a difference, I was important to them, or I am still. So in the same way, I just told them that the best way to connect is see specialties in small things in your day-to-day life. Because when you do this, you connect with not only the people, but also you connect the more with yourself, because you're seeing these specialties because that's what you are. And after that, what we did was we tried to engage them by telling them in three questions, where they are now in the groups, where they are discussing on how do you see connect with yourself, how do you connect with the nature, and what you have to do to connect with the local society. So they are all back now. They'll be back in a minute. And then what we'll be doing is we'll hear some inputs from them for you, and then I'll welcome you. So they will give you their feedback of what they discussed in 3 words, so that you can get the essence of where the group is. So we are just a bit overboard of 10 minutes on the time. I hope we are not taking more time. So we might exceed 10 minutes after the session. So please be with us. Yeah. So I'll invite all of them now. Can we just close the breakout rooms? Okay, people are coming in. So we got few more just in the rooms. They're coming out. In 5 seconds, the rooms will be closed. Okay, thank you. Welcome all of you back. And I hope you had a good time to talk to each other and connect with each other finally. And so, was the conversation meaningful, or did you have a good conversation with each other?
Yes, we did have. It was good.
It was good.
Yes.
All right. So, what I want you to do is, because we already have our guest speaker Arun Ladwa here, so I want all of you now as a group to just put in those 3 words in the chat box, so she can read your answers and she can understand where we are as a group heading to. So please use the chat box and put in your answers there, just the 3 words of the essence or the summary of what you have spoken or discussed with each other. Right, so the people are saying that they were short of time to discuss with each other. I know, but the shorter, the sweeter. Okay, so the roommate says giving, nature, together. That's good. So yeah, if you could just put your room number and the 3 words. I see healing, forgiveness, gratitude. Empower unconditionally, activity. Specialities, empower, unconditional, and activity. Love, connection, and smile. Imparting, giving, and commonality. greater God self-worth. Radhika says interesting conversation. Okay.
Mm,
Okay, good. Any more groups left to share? So we had 3 questions. So basically the questions was, the first question was, we always expect, but how important it is to give in a relationship without expecting a return. The second question was, why being connected with nature heals our inner selves and how does it improve our connections with the people? And the third thing is, why being connected, the third question was, where's the third question? Yeah, the third question
What
was,
can I
what can I
do?
do?
Yes.
Yes, what can I do now to bring the people around me together, and how can I be more connected with my locality? So these were the 3 questions, and then that's how we discussed. We asked them to reflect upon, and then they went into groups. They had a conversation, and then they came out, and these are the words which they're giving. I can see room 2 also coming now with their answers. Room 12 says joy of giving, nature's our way of healing, and commonality, repercussion. Okay, respecting the nature. Room 2 says. Okay, so before we take more time, let's welcome our guest speaker today. And well, she's Aruna Ladwa. She's born in Kenya, educated in England, and worked in Canada. So she's a woman of east to west, She's a writer, a blogger, a painter, and a motivator. And she's also a meditator. And she wakes up at 3:30 a.m., guys. And by 8 a.m., she's lived half of her day. To know more about Aruna Ladwa, as I said, you can just visit our Facebook page, Aruna Ladwa, or her website, It's Time to Meditate. But aside this, if we could have, yeah. Hi, Arunaji, welcome to us. And if you ask me, Aruna Ladwa, personally, I would call her a friend. I would say that I have been in touch with her on regular basis, and she is really a woman who doesn't get tired for me. She does multitasking of so many things. I mean, you ask me, and she'll be in different fields. At one point of time, I'll ask her, "What are you doing?" "I'm painting." "What are you doing?" "I'm blogging." "What are you doing?" "I'm zooming." "What are you doing?" "I'm YouTubing." "What are you?" I'm like, and I
I
just feel. Uh,
wouldn't say I'm a painter. I don't know how you,
I say,
just a hobby, but
no, you're yeah,
it's
but and here we are. And I just think that maybe it's time I retire. I'm not doing even half of the things what she's doing. And there are times when I get tired of Zoom and I say, oh man, I'm zoomed out. And here she will be doing maybe 10 Zooms all over the world. And I remember last year I was talking to her and she told me that she started a morning at 6 a.m. and by 12 p.m. she had traveled to 6 countries on Zoom, something like that, different time zones. And I was like, right. And for me, from 6 to 12 p.m., I'm not criticizing myself, but I'm telling you, for me, between that time, I had just a cup of tea, my breakfast, and I went lazily to my work. So here's a woman I really admire because of her active lifestyle and how she is so balanced. So Aruna Ladwa, over to you. Welcome to Feeling Connected. And thank you for giving us your time and joining.
thank you,
And
Paige.
so we really want you to, first of all, teach us this, that how you are so connected with yourself that you take out time and how you have strengthened yourself that you don't get tired and how do you maintain your relationships. So in the next uh, the whole session we want you to end with you only, so we want to listen to you, not more to me, more to you. So I'll just move out now.
Do I have? Just tell me.
Well, you can go on till 12:05 if that's okay with our audience, and then we will end up with 5 minutes of meditations till 12:10. We are
Okay, so
looking to be
half an hour.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. Good to be here. Good to be with a young crowd. And let me tell you, I myself actually feel very young. I won't tell you my age, but I'm definitely not within 35. But in my heart of hearts, I really feel young at heart. And that's probably where Piyush relates to me. So, okay, let us begin. So I want to say that we all want this sense of belonging because we are actually people of community. And we have actually lived together in tribes or in clans or just community together. And I mean, you see this quite naturally because I see there's a lot of Indians here. So you see this quite naturally. If you go to America and you're new to America, but as soon as you see an Indian, you'll say, hi, kaise ho? You know, like you start speaking the language and you start wanting to eat the food, same food. And the same I see here, because here in the Middle East, especially in Kuwait and especially the meditation center, we have such a variety of people. So we have Sri Lankans teaming up with Sri Lankans or Tamil from India with Sri Lanka. And then we have Egyptians, we have Lebanese, of course, Philippines. So really, we gravitate. There's something about us gravitating to people of like, you know, like-mindedness or like in manner, like in culture. And it just gives us some sense of comfort. It makes us feel like we're home, right? This is the feeling that we're home and there's somebody we know, there's somebody who understands us. And we feel that sense of connectedness. So that is what I feel is sense of connectedness. Anyway, I have a few slides for you. Let me go through that quickly. And then I'm also happy to start with you and do some. Okay, can you see the slides? Yeah, Piyush, okay? Okay.
Yeah, we
All
can
right.
see it. That's all.
So yeah, importance of connection. Well, let me just say that when we're not connected, then the suicide rate goes up, right? There's a sense of feeling alone. Well, there's a difference between alone and lonely, but let's just say loneliness for now. There's when you're lonely, there's a greater detriment to your health, which is worse than smoking, obesity, and blood pressure. And also depression. When you're not connected, you can become depressed. And this is a great disability, one of the major disabilities in the world. It paralyzes us, right? And 1 in 4 people say they have no one to talk to. Actually, used to be 1 in 10 people. But since last year, it's become 1 in 4 people. So even though we have so much social media and so-called so many friends, but yet there isn't this feeling of connectedness. So just have a look at this picture, and it's funny, but the irony of life is, right, that we want connection, but yet we cannot keep up with it, right? So how many times do you find that you want to be in company of people, but then you can't tolerate them? Or you don't have the patience. So it's a bit like a love-hate relationship. You want them, but then you don't want them. Or you want them, but then you want your space. So the question really is, what do we want? Because if we cannot live with people and without people, then how can we live? And let me say at this point that there was a story quite a few years ago, actually. I think just when Facebook was starting, I remember hearing this story, and it was a real story. And the story is there was this man who had 800 friends on Facebook, and he sent an invitation to all his friends to come to a party. Now, obviously, all of them are not living near him, but majority were living near him. And so 800 people he sent the invitation to, but only 60 people responded. And how many people came to the party? Only one person came to his party. So again, what does that tell us? That we claim to have so many friends, we claim to have so many people, and yet we have nobody. So it is already an illusion, right, to think that everyone we have around us is our friend. I think this is one of the greatest myths. So the thing is, we are all dying for connection. And this is what we have seen, right? As soon as lockdown is over, everybody just starts meeting and greeting, meeting each other for coffee, or especially in the Middle East, they gather together, like the extended family gathers in one house. And that's how then COVID got to phase 2. So what is this deep sense of connection? This deep sense of connection, we say it lights up our reward centers. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I know enough to say that it just gets us going, it gets the adrenaline going, and gets the endorphins going, and we just light up. We just feel happy. We just feel like we have zest for life. We just feel we can make the impossible possible. And that's why we like to connect. And not only connect, but of course we want to connect with people we love, or we want to connect with people that we get on with, or we want to connect with people that will compliment us, or praise us, or like us, right? Who wants to connect with an enemy? We don't want to connect with our enemy because of what maybe they make us feel like, or maybe it's difficult to be with this person. So yeah, when we feel that we're with somebody who's like us, then that gives us inner power. That gives us inner strength. That gives us motivation. And this is why we want to connect. But I would say that it actually starts with myself. So I always say that, you know, if you're not happy being alone with yourself, you will not be happy being with others. It all starts with the self. When I can give myself this loving attention, and then when I come together to be with others, then I'm, again, not taking from that group, but I am giving something to that group. And that's what makes it rich. Because imagine that there are 10 people who decide they're coming together, and each of them is empty. Then they come into this room, and each one is trying to want something from the other. How can an empty person fill another person? We cannot. So yet when I'm full, and this is going back to what Piyush was asking me, so basically what I'm doing first thing in the morning is trying to fill myself up. When I fill myself up, then I have enough stock to give to those that I meet during the day. So let me just quickly take you through a few pointers about how to, let's say, better myself or better understand myself, so that then I can connect better with others and deal with life's challenges. So one of them is identifying my triggers, right? You know what is a trigger? Trigger is something that really irritates you, right? Like gets you going, right? So here we have Mona Lisa. It's just a joke, but when we can't tolerate, we make all these different expressions, right? So a trigger is something that winds you up. A trigger is something that irritates you. A trigger is something that makes you lose your happiness. A trigger that is something that makes you powerless. And so think about it. In your life, what are your triggers? And again, according to today's subject, if loneliness is one of my triggers, I have to face it. I have to deal with it. In fact, let me tell you that I grew up in a fairly big family in London. And then I moved into a community of like-minded friends. And then when I went to Vancouver, there was only 3 of us. And so that was a big step, to go from a big group community to, let's say, 3 of us living in one house. And then from that, I went to Istanbul. And then I was alone. I was not only alone in the house, in the flat, but in a way I had literally like 2-3 people I knew in Istanbul. And so both Vancouver and Istanbul were places where I had to really face my fears. And I'm really thankful for it, because it really taught me how to love my own company. And I remember when I was in Istanbul, because the flat was, it's like 1 block away from the sea. And so I was going for a walk 3 times a day, just to feel this connectedness with the outside world. But as I was walking along that shore, I was building a relationship with myself, until I got so comfortable that now I enjoy being alone more than with others. But of course, yeah, we have to learn the balance. We have to be able to do both, right? So what I want to say is, any situation that comes up for you, right, just see it as something to learn from. Everything is an opportunity for change. So if now you're with people, that's great. If you're alone, that's also great. I think we really have to see the glass half full. You see, if I always want things as they are, then how do I change? How do I grow? How do I learn? How do I strengthen? I don't. So every time there is a change in my life, then that also stretches my muscles. And then I'm able to grow into a better person, right? I'm able to adapt, be flexible. I'm also able to take others through that situation, because then I can really truly say, yes, I understand. So I see that any kind of change, so even like times like now, when most of you might be living alone, and I'm going to show you some things I have here, that how you can use your time when you are alone. But let's go through this. Yeah, so the other point here is, don't resist. When we resist, it persists, right? So when I keep fighting a never-ending battle, then I'm only losing power. So again, I need to understand that, let me flow with the drama. Let me go with the flow. And honestly, I've been saying this to many people. If you're alone right now, honestly, see it as a blessing, because times will never remain the same. It will never be the same. In fact, there is a cafe. One of our students, she runs a cafe where we sell vegan food. And at that time, there were about 10 people working. And from time to time, I go and meet them and sit with them. And at one time I told them, I said, you know what, enjoy each other's company now, because there might come a time when each one will be in a different place. And now at this point in time, half of them, I would say, yeah, 4, 5, the 5th one is half there, half not. About 5 of them are not there for different reasons. For different reasons. Some had to leave to go back to Africa. Somebody had to go back to India. Another person stopped working. Just different reasons. So last night she was reminding me, she said, remember you said that, because she joined us from India. And I said, yes. So nothing ever stays the same. So let me appreciate what is there when it's there, because when it's not there, I shouldn't say, I miss that. No, let me enjoy the now moment, the now moment, the now moment. And when I enjoy the now moment, then ultimately, what will you say? I enjoyed my life. But if I'm forever living in the past, if you say, no, I want it to be like that, then you're missing the moment. You're not enjoying what the current moment has to offer you. And then you'll always be sad because it's never enough. Okay, so here's something for you. It's my responsibility, which means if I want to keep my happiness, it's my ability to respond to life's challenges. Because really nothing is good or bad. Everything just is. Yeah, really underline this. Nothing is good or bad. It's I that make it good or bad. It's I that make it happy or sad. So everything just is. Like if there's a traffic jam, there's a traffic jam. It's not bad, right? Maybe when you're with your loved one, you'll want the traffic jam to go on longer. Do you see? But maybe when you have to get to an interview, you say, no, I want to quickly, I want this to be over. So traffic jam is traffic jam, but it's my response to it, okay? Anyway, what do you think is E plus R equals O? And here's a clue. E plus R equals O. If you like, you can put it in the chat. What does E mean? What does R mean? What does O mean? Anyone there? No answers? Okay, response is 1. Okay, outcome, yeah. So what is E? E is, yes, event. Okay, good. So event plus response equals outcome. Okay, let's just stay with this. Okay, so if I want a different outcome and the event stays the same, right? Because your job stays the same, your husband stays the same, your home, house, family members stay the same, everything stays the same more or less. You can't keep changing that, right? So if I want a different outcome, then I have to change the response. Got it? Same people, same place, but different response creates a different outcome. And why? Because we are the creators of our own conflict. We are the creators of our own experience. And so we are responsible for everything. Because our every thought creates that feeling, right? Every thought is a seed. And this is our response to life, is our thoughts that we create. So remember that it's up to me to create a different experience. This is my ability to respond, okay? Okay, just... I'm not able to move the... I don't know what I've done. I'm not able to move the... okay. Anybody help me?
You can reshare it again, the slides. If you stop sharing and again, you can share it.
I'm not able to get the cursor. Okay, got it. Okay, right. Yes, so what do we need to do? We need to learn to love ourselves and value ourselves. Oops, 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 oops. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So we need to really love and value ourselves. So basically, as you can see, there's a cat. When she looks in the mirror, she sees a lion. Anyway, I just want to make this point. Everything you attract in your life is a reflection of what you feel you deserve. Yeah, this is very important. Everything you attract in your life is a reflection of what you feel you deserve. Okay, so if I want to bring about change in myself, this is a really useful little diagram. Okay, so as you can see, I need focus, I need will, and I need capability. So I need focus, yani I need to pay attention and put my mind to it, whatever I want. But then there has to be this willingness. Like I know it's right for me. So focus is, yes, it's good for me to do some exercise, but then I should be willing to do it. And then I need the capability, like I need to be able to walk. I mean, if I've got broken legs or pain in my whatever muscles or whatever, then I'm lacking certain capability. Even though the focus is there, the will is there, but maybe the capability is not there. So yeah, I want you to see that where there is focus and capability, you could do it, right? Can do it. Can means technically you're able to do it. If there's focus and will, then you would do it, right? Because you know it's the right thing and you want to do it. But if there is all three, and here's another one, yeah, if there's capability and will, you may do it. But when all three come together, then you will do it. So I use this a lot for all areas of my life. You need the focus that this is what I want, this is what I want to achieve, this is the kind of life I want. So you need to create some goals for yourself. And then you should be willing to do it, because you should be willing to put in that effort. And capability, you can learn. Capability, you can expand. We're not all born with that capability, but we can do it once we put our mind to it. So what I want to say here is, yeah, so don't postpone your happiness. Anytime I'm stuck in a rut, anytime I feel victim to the moment, what am I doing? I'm postponing my happiness. So you have the key to your happiness. Only you can make you happy. And nobody can truly make you happy. And when the mind is like the mind is like water, and when it's turbulent, it's difficult to see. But when it's calm, then everything becomes clear. And so when I'm to address anything, just take a few moments, just sit with yourself, be calm, and really the answers will come to you. When you panic, then you make the wrong decision. So just take time, be with yourself. Yeah, and finally, just learn to love yourself. As I think Piyush was also saying earlier, right? However you are, just learn to love yourself. Okay, and here's my blog if anybody would like to visit. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that. And Piyush had kind of hinted to me about making our life a little more exciting, creative, especially during these COVID times, okay? So and he says I'm always busy, right? So, okay, I want to share with you a few things. So basically, I've made this book, and I did this and I cut it out and everything. And then I posted it on here, and you can use that Mod Podge that just gives it that gloss and makes it flat. So it's not going to come off. So, and I'm not going to show you what's inside, but it's just stuff. It's just stuff I don't do it every day. I'm supposed to do it every day. But basically it's some painting or drawing or something just to get my right brain going, okay? The other thing you can do is like rock painting, okay? Take a stone or anything and do some rock painting. Okay, and I've shown this in one of my other videos, but these are growing, right? These are sweet potatoes. And
Wow.
we've got, yeah, and we've got quite a few downstairs. And it's so simple and easy, and I love them. I just love the way they flow. So we put up a couple of shelves, and yeah, they're just growing nicely.
It's quite big.
Yeah, I mean, I've got all sizes. Okay. Then I love mug painting, actually, right? So this is mug painting. And they're all different. And to be honest, sometimes I'm doing this when I have my meetings. So sometimes there's my desk there, and I just keep a tray with these paints and the brush and the water. And sometimes I'm listening and I'm just painting away, you know? And it's just, yes. And then you can just put them in plastic and they become great gifts, right? And the other thing, which I'm just going to show you, but I have not got good at it, is I got myself a ukulele.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm just learning. So yeah, there's never a dull moment. I just feel there's just so much to learn and so much to be and so much to do that I don't know how people can get bored. So I just want, these are just few of the things. I mean, other things are kind of spread. Oh yes, and this. So I had drawn this as well. And I'm actually in the process of making another one because somebody wanted one. So anyway, yeah, I just want to say how life is good and there's just so much to do if you put your mind to it. And I don't really like sitting on the internet. I'm not that type of a person. But I love to do creative things. And I think that's good. I think if you can get your, right brain working, because I do a lot of left brain. I'm writing and there's lots of meetings and stuff. So I like to balance myself with the right brain. Anyway, yes, I'll stop here, Piyush. I'm not sure if I covered exactly what you wanted, but that's what I have to share. And yeah, I'm happy to take any questions or do a meditation.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That was a lot to take in. I mean, what all you have just shared, Sister Aruna. But before we take in questions, one thing which I just saw was, which is not a question, but here's the thing: you're doing all this, a lot of things you're doing, both your right side and the left side. We feel, or I can say it from my side, I feel to do also all this, but sometimes the energy doesn't come, or I don't have the motivation or the push. Maybe it's because of the age or what, I don't know. But what would be one input you would give us that would keep us this level of motivation always here? Because at least for me, I know that I want to do so many things, but I just say I procrastinate it. And maybe the times are also like that, the environment is like that. So what can you just suggest us as one of the inputs before we go into the question?
Yes, Piyush, I think for me, I love to learn, and I love to learn and I love to understand how things tick. So for me, I'm always inquiring. And because I feel also we do a lot of meditation, I feel we have to balance that also with practical life. So for me, I would say, yeah, I'm just enthusiastic about learning how things tick. So let me give you a quick example. So I'm also reading another book on fruitarianism. And I just learned that you know, so nature is just so awesome. Nature just knows exactly what to do, and we think nature is daft. But have you wondered why the avocado seed is so big? And avocados, neither the birds nor the insects eat avocado. Avocados are for adults, for humans. And they're big so that they can carry them in the palm of their hand and carry the seed away somewhere else so the avocado tree can grow somewhere else. All the other, you know, seeds, berries, have small seeds where people munch on them and then they carry that away, and then, you know, those seeds are planted somewhere else. So I just find that amazing. I just find that seeds, all the seeds of different fruits and plants are the way they are because nature knows how to propagate those seeds. So the thing is, yeah, when you understand how something ticks, I think you have a greater appreciation for it. So for me, I just love to learn. I think you have to find your key. I think you have to find your key passion. Why do you do what you do? Is it you want to grow, you want to learn, you want to strengthen, you want to, or maybe, yeah, do nothing. I don't know, to be at peace. But I find my peace this way, by keeping the balance of both.
Why do you do what you want to do and find your peace? I think that's true. That's very true. We have to find our own peace. Okay, so all of my friends who are here joined us. You have any questions for Arun Aladwa? Please ask it now. This is a good opportunity. If you have any even related to creativity, you can ask her. So feel free to go. Anyone wants to start? You can just raise your hand and we'll call out your name. Okay, Radhika, please.
Hi, good afternoon here, 12 o'clock. I really enjoyed your session. It was very nice. It was very, very productive. And my question is, Piyush said you wake up at 3:30. And from 3:30 to 6 o'clock, you sit and meditate for the whole 2.5 hours?
No. So
what do you do?
Yeah, so 3:30. 3:30, I wake up. As I said, I have something to drink and I read something. Then about 10 to 4, I go downstairs where we have meditation in a community.
Okay. So after these, I have been attending these. Yeah.
So
please.
that's just for an hour.
Okay.
And then after that, because as you know, it's got hot in the Middle East, so I prefer to go for a walk in the morning. If not, I do some exercise in my room, then I get ready, I shower, I get ready, and then we have a morning session at 6:30. And so that is mostly I'm doing that. So 6:30 to about 8, I'm doing that. Then meet a few people, then breakfast about 8:30, 8:45. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting to know all this, your itinerary for the day. And I've been trying to do some meditation every day. If I try to squeeze in around 20 minutes, it's just 4 or 5 minutes that I actually do meditate. Does it get better with time?
Definitely.
Thank God.
Better when you also understand yourself better. Okay. So you have to do a bit of self-reflection, self-study, because otherwise you're just repeating the same thoughts. You need new input.
Yes.
Thoughts for new experiences in meditation. So this is where you need that study. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Who else would like to ask?
Arunaban, a quick question. So in order to wake up at 3:30, what time do you go to bed? I think it's a challenge for people like us to go to bed early. How do you manage to do that if at all you're doing it?
Yeah, so when if I'm able to get some rest in the day, then 10:30. But I like to kind of switch off from 9:30 and then I might read something. But it's not always possible. But 10 is my cutoff. Like I tell myself, okay, stop it. do it tomorrow. But if I haven't managed to have a little rest in the day, in the afternoon, then 9:15, I say, okay, I have to just put the phone away and say good night. Yeah. But I think a good 6 hours sleep is good. It's good enough. And then try and make up in the weekend, you know, with your rest. I think a lot matters with what you do with your mind. Like if you're really overthinking, there's a lot of waste, a lot of negative, then you are going to get tired. So best to try and have few thoughts, go easy, be light, be happy, and you know, you don't get tired. We all know this, right? If you had to do something fun that you love doing, you don't get tired. Okay, what if I say to you, okay, Piyush is organizing a retreat next week and he's inviting us for free to his whatever beautiful villa, and we're all going to go. Are you going to get excited?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And you're going to say, you know, forget that, let's all go, right? So whenever we're excited about life, whenever we're excited about doing something, we're not tired. If you had to take a flight at 4 a.m, you know, you probably won't go to bed. You'd be up at 1 and you'd get showered and ready and packed. And, you know, the excitement overcomes the boredom, the tiredness. So
Yeah, this is what I wanted to ask you, Sister Aruna, that you're saying the excitement is required. So there are many who I know have told me that it's not possible for them to wake up at 3:30 or 4 a.m. And then they have said that. So is there another time that they can start the day early? Because some of them say 5. And so the basic concept I want to ask you is, does getting up early in the morning, does it make a difference in our life?
Yeah, see, let me first say, Piyush, so far everybody's been asking me what time do I wake up. Nobody's asked me yet, yeah, what time should one wake up? Look, I'm doing this for my sake, okay? Because I've seen the benefit of it. But what I would recommend to new people on the path of meditation is that you try and just wake up half an hour earlier than what you have been. If you wake up 6, you wake up 5:30. If you wake up 5, wake up 4:30. Just wake up half an hour earlier. Get up, wash your face, and then, drink something if you want, but then just sit with yourself for 15, 20 minutes. Whatever time you wake up, but just a little earlier than your norm, and just sit and just give yourself a lot of love, a lot of positive affirmation. And even for the day, just say it's going to be a great day. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to conspire to make it happen. Just send out the vibes for the day. And it will happen.
Yeah, that's very assuring to know that it's okay if you wake up half an hour earlier rather than 3:30 or 4, because some might then, feel that it's very challenging for them. Thank you for that at least. I have a question here in the chat box which says, being expatriates, some of us feel far away from our families. It's not always easy to connect and contact them. How should we deal with it and still feel connected?
Yes, so see, one of my points in telling you that I do this is anyway, even if you connect, how much can you connect? Like, are you going to sit on the phone with them for hours? At some point, you have to come back to yourself. Each one of us lives with ourself. So even though you might have a spurt of, okay, I'm calling this one, Zooming with this one, but ultimately it's the relationship that I develop with myself. So what I want to say is, first, work on that. Work on really learning to love yourself, appreciate yourself, take full responsibility for your thoughts and feelings. And then when you connect, then it will be quality and not quantity. And then also there won't be this feeling of loneliness. There won't be this feeling of missing anybody, because you're full in yourself. The reason why we miss somebody is because I'm empty and they're filling that void. But if I'm already feeling full inside, then nobody can fill me any more than I am. And so I'm able to give, right? So this is why I'm encouraging you to have fun with yourself, enjoy your life, be creative, so that in this way you are feeling the soul fulfillment. And when you do connect, like we just connected with our Ladva family last Thursday. What is it today? Friday? No, just a few days ago we connected. And yeah, we're happy. I mean, we're happy if we connect. We're happy if we don't connect. You know, it's nice to connect, but it's not that empty and that we are missing. I don't know. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Great. So thank you a lot, Arunaji, for your time. And what we want to now experience is with you a few minutes of meditation with a bit of, if you could guide our thoughts really, just to guide us that how you meditate, that will help us. Yes. And we'll play some soft music, and just you can advise us what we have to do. Shall we keep our eyes closed, open? Please suggest. And so over to you for the meditation now.
Yeah, so just sit comfortably. And are you sharing a screen or no? If you're not, then just wherever you're sitting, just focus somewhere in front. But we actually practice meditation. And the reason for that is because we do everything with open eyes. Right? So why should you close your eyes for meditation? So if I do everything with open eyes, let me also meditate with open eyes, and then I create that sense of being here, being present, and yet being at peace. So yeah, let's just start. So take a deep breath. Maybe we don't need the music. And I turn to my world of inner thoughts. Yeah, I think it's better without the music. Anyway, silence is good. Let's just experience the depth of silence. So turn your thoughts inwardly, which means let's look at our inner world of thoughts and feelings. So I'd like you to just check right now, what is your feeling? And try to be specific and not just good or bad. Try to put an adjective to that feeling. And if it's a positive feeling, just stay with that feeling. And if it's a negative feeling, just breathe deeply through that feeling. Just keep breathing until you become calm, until that feeling no longer has power over you. When I begin to explore my inner world, it is a much bigger world than the one outside. I start to discover a new me. So right now I would like you to look inside your world, and I'd like you to identify your main strength. Each one of us has a major virtue that we excel in. What is your major virtue? Just hold on to that, because each of us is coming into this world with a blessing, and that strength is our blessing. And lastly, I would like you now to plant a seed in your mind. And that seed is some kind of action, something positive that you will do for yourself from today. Just some loving, kind, caring deed for myself. So think about what that would be. And just speak very kindly, very lovingly to yourself. Use only positive language. Thank you. And now I would like you all to just stretch your arms out in front, to the side, yeah. And then again. And just give yourself a big hug. Okay? Love yourself. Good. Lovely to be with all of you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sister Aruna. It was very good. And I think, yeah, this is the need of the hour to do more to the self. So again, we thank you for your giving us your time, joining us. And we hope to have you also soon in Dubai once things get back to normal. And we'll have a virtual cafe, not a virtual one, but a proper session very soon. But to all our audience, thanks for joining today. And we have virtual cafe happening every month. And you stay tuned. But what we request you is that you will see in the chat box, we have given you a link to join the the WhatsApp group. So I'll just repost it again. Now Satish will just repost it again, the link to join the Virtual Cafe WhatsApp group. So if you just join it,